Hi guys, and happy weekend. So I hope that everybody had an amazing week. And today we are pulling out cards. Let me look at my calendar here. And it is in a notebook. It's old school, yes. Not in a phone, my calendar. And we're pulling out cards for the week of November 22nd to November 28th, right? So basically what we see today, we are using the old school Rider-Waite. Out of all my decks, this is my favorite, right? And we might be using La Voz, which is one of my decks. It's in Spanish. It's one of my favorite decks, but I love to use it. If you've ever gotten a reading with me, you've probably seen this deck, right? So basically today we are focusing on the energy starting Monday to next Sunday, right? And it's going to be a little bit more in the internal side because we just went through this amazing eclipse. Now, this eclipse energy is going to last all the way to October 2023, right? So because it happens in Taurus and the axis of Scorpio, what this means is not that we're going to get this intense, crazy, insane energy till October 2023. What this means is that the lesson that is there for us is going to be becoming a mirror and taking a look at the things in our life and our internal self, as well as our surroundings, right? Our environment, and to what is stepping between me and where I truly want to go. So it is going to be a great season of empowering yourself, of reminding yourself that if it means something to you, you don't need the validation of anyone else. Validation comes naturally from those people that are truly rooting for you. Anybody who acts differently, like I said, this is always going to be a red flag, right? So let's go ahead and take a look here. So we're using the Rider-Waite. I believe this is the borderless edition, right? So let's go ahead and get to it. We start off with the King of Swords. Now, I do like this card for next week. The King of Swords is all about clarity. It's all about focus. It is all about really keeping our energy to where it needs to go. This is going to be a great week that it's going to get a little bit tricky. If anything shows up on the sidelines, any distractions, anything, you have to be very careful if you decide to veer off your path, right? The ground is going to be a little unstable because of the Astros. We're going to have good energy on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but starting Thursday to Sunday is going to get a little heavy, right? So Wednesday, everyone's going to be chatty. Everyone's going to be in a better mood. Something happens. There's a big trine that happens on Thursday, and everyone's going to just be cutthroat, right? So when we see the King of Swords, we definitely want to work on staying focused on what we're doing rather than being in the middle of something. If you find yourself in the middle of something this week, definitely stay neutral, okay? Just don't choose any sides, just stay neutral. We also have the Knight of Swords, so we do see ourselves moving forward, moving ahead with a purpose here. Now, the beautiful thing about the Knight of Swords next to the King of Swords is still the main energy for next week is going to be being focused and turning that focus into determination. It's going to be a week that it's not going to be about withdrawing or taking ourselves away from people, but it might be a week that you might not be so active with other people because you are really feeling this really good energy and you're beginning to charge ahead. The next one that we have is the Page of Swords, so new ideas may be coming. And this is not a time to just daydream about this, especially if you have had an idea for a while, maybe a business idea, maybe a new plan, and you've kind of played around with it. This is going to be a time, like the Knight of Swords says, to begin to charge ahead, to take the first step to make this idea a reality. There's so many times that we come up with these amazing ideas, but it is the self-doubt and the fear that keeps us from doing this, right? So next week just feels like the week that we, as long as we have control of our thoughts and we're not falling into this lacking mentality, this is going to be a great week to begin to move forward, to begin to charge ahead. I mean, the world is ours. You see, there's opportunities in the horizon. What we don't want to do is move blindly, right? So we want to take a moment, sit down, think, work within ourselves, tap into that energy and say, okay, what am I ready to do, right? And just before you start overthinking, take the first step. So many times we know exactly what to do. We start overthinking and then it's ruined, right? Overthinking turns us into self-doubt and then we're paralyzed and we're frozen. Now, the last card for today, it is that Four of Wands, right? So we do start off making sure that we are focusing on what needs to be done, willpower, determination, having hope through the dark times, right? And this also shows that this is going to be a week where our mind may play tricks on us. So this is why we have to be 100% present so we don't fall into that darkness of the circle of overthinking, right? But there is also going to be something good that's coming for you this way. It may have something to do with a connection with someone, or kind of like if you've been going through it, you're finally going to feel this heaviness lifting, and that may be the season of Scorpios coming to an end, right? But it's almost like the intensity will begin to wind down and you're going to start feeling much better. So if you've been going through it, raise your hand. We're definitely going to make it through. So for our last card, we're going to use the Force, La Force. And we're taking a look. Yes, so still for next week, we are working with the energy of abundance instead of giving it, which we are very good at giving it. The energy for next week is going to be all about opening up yourself to receive. Remember, as we are able to start manifesting again, we need to be the ones that open ourselves up to receive. There's so many times that we work with intent and manifesting, but we feel we're not worth of receiving, not even a compliment. So we definitely want to work with that, because that is also a big blockage when it comes to our own manifesting of abundance. There is abundance to go around. We just have to understand that we deserve it, right? So I hope that this spoke to you guys. I love you guys. If you're ready to get your reading with me, head over to www.lightwitchtarotshop.com. There's hundreds of readings. There's candles. All pint candles are $18, no code needed. And just make sure you sign up for my newsletter so you can stay in touch with the sales that are going to be happening this week. So I love you all. You're all fucking awesome. We've got this shit. Lots of love and light to everyone, and blessed be. Bye-bye.